Hey, how you doing? David Taub here with Epic Guitar Instruction. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. Today, I have a beginner version of the song Let It Be by the Beatles that I'm going to get you playing this song fun and fast. So even if you're early on in your guitar journey, you're going to be enjoying this song. Now, the original song was written in the key of C major, and obviously there's a lot of piano in the song, so what we've done is we've transcribed it on guitar, but we're going to take some liberties with this one. I'm going to change the key to G major. And the reason is this will make it much easier for you to play, because if we play in the original version of C major, there's going to be an F chord in there. And I know a lot of you may not be up to playing an F chord just yet. If you know my song lessons, generally I try to stick to the original version as accurately and as close as possible. However, in a few cases, I do kind of do something like this where I'll transpose the key or take some liberties, but do it in a way to just use it as a vehicle for beginners or people who haven't been playing that long to enjoy a song and have a goal of getting a song down. And we're going to be in standard tuning for this song, so go ahead and tune your guitars. Standard A440 tuning, low to high, E, A, D, G, B, and E. And we're going to do just a basic version of this song. You're only going to need 4 chords. You're going to need G major, D major, E minor, and C major. And I'm also going to give you some chord changing tips after I explain the first part of this to help you get these changes down quickly and efficiently. And hey, if you got a second, please subscribe to the channel. You know, subscribing to the channel really helps us to keep bringing the content, as well as then you'll be notified when we have new lessons up. Leave a comment below. Let us know what lessons you'd like to see coming up. And if you like the video, please click the like button, give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. And song structure wise, it's basically 2 progressions. You'll have the whole thing down. There's an intro, which goes right into verse 1, and it's the intro basically is playing the verse progression. Same thing. After verse 1 goes right into a chorus, right into verse 2. Verse 2 is the same as verse 1. Then there's another chorus, verse 3. The choruses are the same. Verse 3, same as verse 1 and 2. And then there's the final chorus, which is the same as the other choruses, except he plays it twice. It's a double chorus. So basically, verses and choruses, that's the whole song. So for the intro of the song, I'll go ahead and play it, then I'll explain it, and also I'll give you the strum patterns too. So here's the intro, just so you can hear it. Verse 1, I find myself in times, right? All right, so I'm sure you can grasp that melody, right? We all know that so well. So here's some chord changing tips to make these changes easier for you. Let's start with we'll just do the intro of the first verse. So when you're on this G chord, right, the next change is to a D. Notice you could leave this third finger down when you go G to D. See how that doesn't move? That's really important. That's a concept what I call shared fingers. And whenever you could leave a finger down where there's shared notes between chords, you want to leave that down. Because otherwise there's no sense picking this off just to take your hand and form that same shape again. So this makes for real efficient changing, and you'll find that this is in a lot of changes. The other thing, notice too, when I go to that D chord, how my pinky finger stays attached to that third finger very, very close to the fretboard. Not way out here, out here. You want to keep your hand as close to the fretboard as possible at all times. And you notice when I go through just random changes, you see how my movements are very, very proficient. And I'm not pulling my hand away from the guitar. You never want to come out like this with it. It's always vertical motions, like, see how I kind of collapse into the next chord. Fingers all moving at once, not one at a time. Okay, these are all very important concepts that will take a while to get down. But once you practice like this, you will see that these work. Now, so you go from that G to the D chord. The next change after G to D, E minor. Now, notice when I'm on the D, this almost looks like an E minor chord, right? That position. All I have to do is just move that straight up. That's the move. See how it collapses up into E minor. I don't take my hand, take it apart, and then try to form it back into this E minor voicing or shape. You leave those fingers together And look how fast you can do it. So G, third finger down, D, E minor. Mother Mary comes to me. Now, Mother Mary, now we have to go to C. Now this E minor chord shares this note, that E note, with the C chord. So there's no sense in taking that off just to form C and putting it right back on. It's a shared note. So what you want to do here is, there's your E minor, just pivot to the C chord. That's a pivot maneuver. Notice I'm kind of turning my wrist toward my body, pulling it in, and pivoting first and third fingers around this note. You might be doing that change like this. See, you find that note first, then go here. Leave this finger down and then pivot around it, moving both these at once. It makes it so much easier. Again, shared fingers and pivot, right? And then the toughest change you're going to have in this song is going from that C to the G. So what you could do is, when you're on that C chord, again, notice my pinky is just instantly attached to that third finger, because look, there, it just drops straight down and it's right there. I don't even really have to think about it. It's just right there. That's the position. You know, even if I play chords where I don't need the pinky, like an E major, see how it's there? It's just right there. A minor, you train it to be right attached. This will come in real handy for bar chords when you get like to F, because look, it has to go right underneath it again. So that's why you start these principles early and they stay with you, right? It's for that C to G. Just try to move that, when you're on that C to G, these two fingers fall down and you try to move this second finger up to the low E at the same time you're moving that first finger up to the B string. But the thing is, with those two fingers, if you notice, if I isolate them, see, they don't come apart. Keep them together. You're on that C chord. Keep those two fingers together as they come up to G. Right? You don't have to take them apart just to put them right back. C, G. Practice that change 10 times a day. Pick up your guitar. Just go through these. So much is about the muscle memory. The intro then goes right into verse 1, and in verse 1 they play that same progression and then they just play it 2 times. Verse 1, I'll give you the placement for the lyrics. G, when I find myself in times, goes to the D of trouble. Mother, go to that E minor, Mary. C comes to me, G, speaking words of D. On wisdom, let it be, go to the C, let it be. The strum pattern, you could do so many different ones. Let's just do a basic, easy one. Get this down, and then you could embellish it, and you could try different ones. But let's just do a simple kind of eighth note feel. Eighth notes are 2 notes per beat. So there's a 1 and before you get to the 2. There's your 2 notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We're going to do this strum pattern. Down, down, up, down, up. If you're not familiar with patterns like that, just break them up into smaller parts. So you have 2 downs, then 2 ups, and then a down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. See if you can get that. Right? Down, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, down, up, down, up. So each chord, you just play that for 1 measure or 1 time through the strum pattern, right? So I'll play the whole first verse for you if you want to play along. It'll sound like this, right from that G. When I find myself times, mother comes speaking wisdom, me, and in my darkness standing front of me, speaking wisdom, let it be. Let it be. We're into the chorus now. And the chorus chords, the progressions, let it be, here's your E minor, let it be, D, let it be, C, let it be, G. G again, whisper words of D, wisdom, let it be, C, and then G. All right, we'll use the same strum pattern. The chorus will sound like this, right from the E minor. Let it be, let it be, let it be. let it be. Verse 2, and when the broken hearted. That's the whole song pretty much, because you're just going verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. At the end of the song, you could do the chorus twice, and then on the very last line, how I would end it is probably, G, whisper, words of wisdom, maybe start slowing down the strum a little bit, let it be, C, let it be. Just let the G ring out and that song ends, right? And if you're having trouble with some of those changes, like the C to G, which is a tough one, right? Or some of the other changes, I could really help you with that. I'll tell you what, click on the link in the YouTube description box below. I'll send you my extended play lesson. It's not on YouTube. It's a long lesson on essential chord changing tips and chord changing techniques. It'll really get your chord changing blasted to the next level. It's chocked full of exercises and technique. And I'll pair it with an ebook also. I'll send you that also. And the ebook has more chord charts in it, more exercises, more lessons. It's a killer 1-2 punch. It'll really help you along in your guitar journey. Video lesson and ebook. Send them to you for free. Just click on that link below. Let's do a little play along. I'll play the intro 2 times, and then I'll play into verse 1, and then I'll play the chorus, and then I'll just start verse 2. Okay? And then this way you could practice this and play along with me. We'll go right from the intro on the 1, 2, 3, 4. Intro. Verse 1, when I find chorus, let it be. Verse 2, when the broken hearted. Have fun with it. Keep pushing yourself on that guitar, trying harder things, harder chords, harder changes, harder progressions. You can do it. Remember, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us to keep bringing the content, as well as then you'll be notified when we have new lessons up. And stay tuned, because I got tons of killer lessons coming. I'm really stoked about it. Also, click on that link in the YouTube description box below. I'll send you my extended play video lesson on essential chord changing tips and techniques, packed with exercises, with an ebook. It's not on YouTube. It'll really get your chord changing and playing blasted to the next level. Just click on that link below. And also, if you got a second, I just dropped a new record with my original band, Mind Cell. We're based out of San Diego. It's a slamming record. I think it's some of the best music I've ever written. I would love for you to check it out. I'll put links to it in the YouTube description box below. It's streaming on all the platforms. Give it a listen, and if you have any questions on the songs or the gear I use or the studio techniques or the recordings, drop me a line. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much for your support over the years and years. So appreciated. Keep up all that hard work on those guitars. Stay positive, and remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. I'll see you in the next lesson. Rock on.